So the Arizona housing market crash is starting. It's here. And if it is, who is losing and who is winning right now? If you're an investor or a second homeowner or a third homeowner in Arizona, it may not be the best time for you. In fact, it could be a bumpy road. But if you're a first-time home buyer or a downsizer waiting for the right moment, your opportunity may just be right now. Hey, I'm Mel with the Mark and Mel team, eXp Realty, and for over 30 years, we've loved helping homeowners with excellence through experience. So how is the current crash not helping real estate investors or second homeowners? One, the markets are dropping in many key areas of Arizona. And here's a graph showing some of the areas that are hit most hard right now and that are the biggest buyers markets right now. Markets like Queen Creek, like Santan, like even Gilbert and Gold Canyon. Some of these areas saw price declines already. We've helped others purchase homes less than the peak in 2022. But a lot of those areas also have people that are second home owners. But why can't they just sell right now at the top of the market anymore? Because there's so much inventory and interest rates are high. And because of that fact, it's keeping a lot of investors out of the market. So many investors can't buy a home unless they put all their money into it because they're going to have a 6 to 7% interest rate on their mortgage, and the rents have softened, so they can only get so much in rent. And if it doesn't pencil out, they are out of the market. And a lot of home investors are out of the market. Number three, fewer short-term rental bookings. A lot of people purchase short-term rentals and Airbnbs and all those things, but travel is down. People are tightening their belts right now. They're spending less. They're traveling less. So some of those investors that were newbie investors that got in at the last minute, they may not have calculated, oh, what if I have to turn this into a longer term rental and take less money, get a renter in there and just take less money for the long run. If they can't do that and it's staying vacant because of the softened rents out there, then they just over leveraged and they're having to sell their home also, which they are doing. Four, rising taxes and insurance, homeowners insurance. Because the appreciation went up so fast, taxes went up on that price appreciation. And so you have a lot of people that didn't plan for higher taxes or maybe bought an investment property and their insurance went up. They didn't plan for it and they were over leveraged. They're having to sell their home too. So there's way more sellers than there are buyers. And whenever you have more sellers than buyers, you've got a buyer's market. And that puts the pressure on those prices to drop. Investors are just having to figure out whether they need to pay that extra cost right now, if they can handle it, or if they just need to cut their losses and sell that property. And a lot of them are just selling the property. Second homeowners. You've got a lot of second homeowners that are either in another state or another country. They just don't need this other home in Arizona anymore. So they're deciding to sell for whatever reason, whether it's a Canadian one to get out of the US or whether it is just somebody who doesn't need that second home or third home anymore. Maybe they just need the cash right now because they want to live their retirement life and enjoy that money. So you have way less buyers, which is a great opportunity for who? The first-time home buyer. So let's get into that. 5 reasons for who this market is great for right now, even though it is a crash. 1, price reductions. Price reductions are up. This graph shows it. Concessions are up. So what do you have? Way more negotiation power. And while those investors are out of the market, you have way more opportunity for different properties out there. Homes that were out of reach in 2022 are now more affordable because the prices dropped since 2022 in Arizona. Not only that, but if you're renting a house for $2,000 a month and you get the seller to buy down the interest rate, now you're talking about you being able to utilize that low interest payment. So if you could get your payment down to $1,600 or $1,700 versus $2,000, doesn't it make sense to buy and own your own property? Absolutely. Two, new build incentives are a screaming deal right now. Areas like Gold Canyon, Santan, like I said, those places are building out, and we now have over 9 months of inventory. In the Great Recession, we had over 12 months of inventory. So that's really great that a lot of builders are doing everything they can to move that property that they've already built. So they'll buy down the interest rate. And what do? They put a priority on those first-time home buyers, those downsizers, those people that really want to live there and just stay there in a nice home for themselves. They're not looking to make a quick buck. Then you can negotiate and utilize those new home builders buying down your interest rate. And you can do that now. We negotiate for all our buyers to get the best. I mean, they're including appliances in some of these, they're including landscape, they are including, we'll negotiate all of it for you. 3, mortgage rates. They're flexible right now. Like I said, those new builds are buying, they're offering 3.99% on some. And if you can pay $1,600 to $1,700 a month versus a $2,000 rental, it makes so much sense. And if you can buy down the rate even to 4.99%, that's a great deal. That could mean that even if you were paying the same amount on rent as you were on a mortgage, doesn't it make sense that you own it and get the tax write-offs yourselves? You don't have anybody telling you to move because you have a pet. You don't have anybody telling you anything. You own that home. You can do whatever you want to it. You can paint the walls whatever color you want. It's your place. What if it crashes 10% instead of, why should I buy it for 5% less when I could get 10% less? The market always changes. Look at this. Redfin is estimating 2% drop over the next year. What if they're wrong? At the worst case scenario, what if it does go down 5%? Now, we know that prices always turn up the other end when we're through this and people start buying again and things turn around, which they always have historically, then it becomes a seller's market again. How many buyers markets are there? Look at this historically. This graph shows there's not that many buyers markets. So take advantage of it. If you're in for the investment and a quick buck, you're not going to get it. The great thing is those guys have made their money. They're out of the way now. Guess what? This is the market for the downsizers and the first-time home buyers. We want you to win. This is your opportunity. You don't have to just buy anything. You can be picky. Even if it were $2,000 and your rent's $2,000, doesn't it make more sense to own the property? And historically over time, it goes up. We've seen too many people make a lot of great choices, and we've helped them get into a home that they've loved years and years. And then they had equity, they had their foot in the door, and they could do whatever they wanted later on because the prices overall went up over those years. You have to take advantage of number 4, less investors. You have less competition. You don't have these iBuyers coming in and saying, we'll pay you cash. We'll pay just whatever. We'll just buy it cash. They just steamrolled. Hedge funds and iBuyers steamrolled over first-time home buyers. It was just sad to see, sellers, most of the sellers are just going to take the highest amount for that home, right? They don't care what loan the buyer's getting. They don't care if they're a first-time home buyer. They don't care about hearing all that. They just want to sell their house. In fact, they said, don't show us anything. We don't want to be accused of discriminating. So sellers were like, do not show us a letter from your buyer at all. Just put the offer in. That's it. And that's because they didn't want to get sued. I mean, people are sue happy nowadays. That's just a fact. That's out the door. If you think you're going to people are going to do it out of the goodness of their heart, they're not. They're not. The bottom line is the bottom line. And right now, the bottom line is in favor of the buyer. And there's very few opportunities where the time frame is a buyer's market. Number 5, there are strategic power moves and strategic negotiations available for downsizers. There's more opportunity to negotiate the sale of your home and the time to buy the next home. Especially if it's a new build, you've got that time. Time is on your side to get that equity out of your property and to get in that single family one story, because we know there are still going to be people out there that need to downsize. So what if you have a low interest rate on that? If it makes sense that you can still get equity out of there, buy down on the new home, and let's say the interest rate's high, the new build's going to buy down your rate. It just doesn't make sense not to do it, not to be in a safer situation in a one-level home. So those are the reasons why it is great for some people, and this crash is not good for other people, like real estate investors, hedge funds, and iBuyers. Guess what? I'm okay with that because I'm excited for the first-time home buyer, for the downsizer. I am excited for people to get this opportunity that doesn't come around very often. Call us. We love getting your calls, texts, and emails. We're going to tour this great buy of a home out in Gold Canyon that's got a little bit more room. So I can't wait to share that. So you have to call us. That's the beginning. You have to call us. Like all these other people that we've helped over 30 years, you have to start by calling and analyzing your situation, because each situation is different. Okay, guys, we're in to look at the Larimore. It's 1,870 square feet, and it is at Seasons by Richmond American. Right now, with their FHA low rate, you can get the payment down below $2,000. You have immediately to the right your first bedroom. And then you have a nice, good size bathroom up here that has a double sink, which is a must. Walking down the hall, you have another room here, another space available for an office, a study, anything like that. Garage entry, laundry, more storage, and a good sized bedroom. So I like it because this keeps all these bedrooms up in separate areas, and you have a lot more privacy that way. So if you're looking for areas where there's some privacy, it's nice to be separated out like that. So here is a really nice, great room concept. You have a dining room area over there, living area, and nice big breakfast bar and nice large kitchen. Good size pantry. And here you have that really nice open space again. Oh, I scared the birds away. But you have that really good indoor-outdoor feel of just being able to see it's all extended out there, and you're able to see it from everywhere in this great room area. And I love these. We'll have to find out how much this additional option is, or if it's standard. And this is a good size primary bedroom. Look how big this is. Good size primary bathroom with a double sink and a fairly good size walk-in closet. Okay, we'll share what the price is on this.
Like I said, this is over 1,800 square feet, and it's got the 4 bedrooms. You can also, um, the salesperson was saying there is additional phase, and in the other phase, you have the option for an RV garage. You have also an option to do a sort of 4 bedroom, 2 bath. You can do a 3 bedroom, 3 bath. So it's nice to have those options from a builder. And right now, the rates that they're offering are amazing. There was a really big spurt of buying so in the spring, so they sold a lot, but they still have some available now. And to blow them out and get rid of them, they are offering these amazing rates, mortgage rates that make it so much more affordable.
So, in conclusion, is the Arizona housing crash a disaster or a good thing? Honestly, it depends on you and your situation. For investors and second homeowners, it might not be the best time. It might be a tough time, in fact. And if you need to sell your home and you're a second homeowner and you're out of state, you're even out of this country, we've helped lots of sellers sell that way. But for buyers that have been locked out for years now, it's a great time and we're happy for you. This may be your best shot in decades. So if you're thinking about selling or buying anywhere in Arizona, anywhere in the United States, we have people calling us all the time because we have a network of vetted agents everywhere. And I'm talking people that will take care of you. If it's not the right thing for your situation, they'll tell you the truth. It's not the right thing. We don't stay in business for over 30 years with a great reputation and 5-star rating by doing anything other than the best thing for you. So give us a call, text, or email. We'd love to help you anywhere in the United States. This is Mel with the Mark and Mel team, eXp Realty, with over 30 years of excellence through experience.